It's a game that's passed to us from our parents, maybe a relative. And I can remember as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, early 80s, collecting baseball cards like my son does now. And I remember getting a pack of cards in around 1982 and seeing Willie McGee. Oh, Dad, I know Willie McGee. He plays for the Cardinals, man. He kills the Giants. And then I flipped that card over, and I, as somebody who's born and raised in San Francisco and grew up in the Sunset District out in San Francisco, and it said, born San Francisco, California. Suddenly, I had a new favorite ball player, and his name was Willie McGee. So, let me tell you a little bit about Willie. I'm going to embarrass Willie, because I know Willie's a guy who keeps to himself. But we're sitting here with one of the greatest baseball players that this region has ever produced. One of 7 children. Father was a machinist and a deacon in Oakland, machinist in the Oakland Naval Yards. Went to high school in Richmond, drafted out of high school in the 7th round by the White Sox in the mid-'70s. Went to DVC for a year and then was drafted in the 77 draft in the 1st round by the New York Yankees. And for whatever reason, the Yankees decided they were going to trade him to the Cardinals for a guy named Bob Sykes, who never pitched an inning for the New York Yankees. And that happened in 1981. All Willie did was go on to become the 1985 NL MVP, 2-time batting champion, 3-time Gold Glover, 18-year big league career, 295 career hitter. In fact, Bippy's got you by a single point. 294 and 295. He could hit. He could hit. The World Series. Anybody remembers the 1982 World Series? Great contrast of styles. You had Whitey Herzog and his fast Cardinals, and you had Harvey Keene and Harvey's wall bangers, and they had power, big power. Gorman Thomas played center field. One of the greatest World Series games you'll ever see, Game 3, 82 World Series. This man hit 2 home runs, and in the 9th went over the fence and took one away from Gorman Thomas. To this day, one of the greatest World Series performances in the history of the game. And if it ended there, that wouldn't be enough. 4-time All-Star, over 2,200 hits. 3 years stick out for me when I think of Willie McGee. 1985, hit 353, 216 hits, 18 triples, Gold Glove, NL All-Star, led his team into the World Series. Not a bad year. Not a bad year. He followed that up in 1987. Whitey decided, you know what, I need Willie down in the lineup. So he took Willie off the top of the lineup, moved him down to the 5-hole. All Willie did was drive in a career-high 105 runs and led the Cardinals past the Giants and back into the World Series. His number 51 is retired by the Cardinals. And then, of course, 1993, this is a guy who played for the Giants and the A's. 1993, I'm a Giants fan, I'll have to admit. Willie played right field on Dusty Baker's first team. 1993 Giants went 103 and 59. And this guy at 34 played over 130 games and played an incredible right field. Cardinals, A's, Giants, Red Sox. Cardinals once again to finish up. He's now an assistant to the general manager, John Mozeliak, in St. Louis, and one of the Bay Area's favorite sons, the great Willie McGee.